Hello people, welcome one and all to Jojo's Learning Club.
Hello guys, hope you all are doing good. So this is a continuation video for my lecture on partial fractions where I'll be doing work problems related to repeated linear factors. For example, in these both problems you can see that some of the factors are repeated, right? So what was the general formula for that? For example, when you have f of x by x minus a the whole square, you can write it as a by x minus a plus b by x minus a the whole square. So this is the equation for partial fraction for repeated linear factors. And now I'm going to do problems using these two. I'm going to do problems using repeated linear factors. So the first problem was 2x plus 3 by x minus 2 the whole square. So how can you just make into partial fractions? A by x minus 2 plus b by x minus 2 the whole square. So this is the format, right? Now I'm going to write into, so I have to take the LCM, check the LCM, what it would be, x minus 2 plus b 2x plus 3, right? I'm not writing all these steps. Here I didn't take anything because why? It is already x minus 2 the whole square is our denominator when we take the LCM. It's the same, right? So I have to just multiply here with x minus 2 to make the denominators of the same value. So now we got these expression. Remember what you have to do the next step? The next step should be trial and error method. So by trial and error, try to reduce one form so you can easily find the answer for the other problem. So by trial and error, put the value of x as 2. Okay, now what would be the value? 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 3, so 2 into 4, 4 plus 3, 7. And a into a 0 now. And b's value is? B. So b's value is 7. Very easy, right? And how do you find the next problem? Next problem again, check it that. So 2x plus 3. I wanted to say something very much important. So I'm going to write it again. Ax minus 2a plus b. So when you have an equation with values unknown, so you don't know the value, then you can equate their coefficients. For example, the coefficient of x is, so a's value is already known, so you don't have to do it. So a's value is 2. And what are the constant coefficients? So 3 can be equated to minus 3 is equal to minus 2a plus b. From this also you can find the value of a. How? I'll show you. So you know the value of b as 7. So 7 goes there, minus 7 goes this side. 3 is equal to minus 2a plus b's value is 7. 2x plus 3, 2 into 2, 4 plus 3. So b's value is 7, it goes over here, it becomes minus 4, minus 2a, and a's value is 2. See? So you can equate when you come problems with repeated linear factors and quadratic factors. It won't be easy as how you do in linear factors. You just put x minus 2 because they have a square term, or some terms they don't have any factors, or they have a square expression, so it is difficult to find. So for these terms, what you can do, you can equate to their coefficients. So this is a constant term, and here you can equate to both. These are 2a plus b is a coefficient, so this would be equal to this term. And in this equation you can see that only with the x terms coefficient of x is a, here coefficient of x is 2. So these two identities, when you equate, you can see that you can always equate to their coefficients. Same as here, a is equal to 2, and here 3 is equal to minus 2ab. Whichever way you can, it's very easy now to find the value. You don't have to use the trial and error method. But with trial and error, try to find the first value, and then the rest you can find using this by equating to coefficients. So that's all for this problem, and let's write the last step for this problem. So what was the value of a? A's value was 2 by x minus 2 plus b by, b is what? 7, right? 7 by x minus 2 the whole square. Okay, now the important step is, whenever you feel that your problem was wrong or you made some mistake somewhere, so what is the easiest method? Just do the reverse and you have to get value as this. If you don't get this value, then you can be sure that you have made somewhere mistake. So I'm going to check whether I have made any mistakes here. So what I'm going to do for that, let's make their denominators of the same value. 2 into x minus 7 by 3 by x minus 2 the whole square. So 2x minus 4 plus 7 by x minus 2 the whole square, which is nothing but 2x plus 3 by x minus 2 the whole square. See? Now I'm sure that my answer is correct. So this is how you do with repeated linear factors. And now let's do another problem using this with a numerator with a different numerator value. Okay, so 5x square minus 2x minus 19 by x plus 3 into x minus 1 the whole square. So which kind of formula you have to use here? You can see that this is in the form of repeated linear factors and also linear factor, because there are other terms too. So what you have to write, the first term would be a by x plus 3. And how you should write the second term? Be careful over here. B by x minus 1 plus c by x minus 1 the whole square. You have to use this formula for this particular term, and for the other one you have to use the formula for linear factors. So this is the partial fraction for this problem. I hope it's clear. Okay, now let's do the problem. So here to find a into x minus 1 the whole square plus b into x minus 1 into x minus x plus 3, and here c into x plus 3. And here the other side LHS 5x square minus 2x minus 19. So now I'm going to solve it down. First, trial and error. Try to make maximum term 0 with trial and error. So first I'm going to make 1 here, this term as 0, right? When you take 1, 0, then both these terms will get cancelled. So put x is equal to 1. So 5x square, 5 into 1 square. 5 into 1 square is 5. 5 minus 2 into 1 minus 1 minus 19, which is equal to this, both terms are 0. A into 0 the whole square 0, b into 0 0, plus c into 1 plus 3 c4. Okay, 5 minus 21 minus 16. So 4c, 5 minus 2 minus 3 minus 3 minus 9 minus 5 minus 2 minus 3 I made a mistake somewhere. So 2 into 1 5 minus 2 is 3 minus 19 minus 16, right? So c is equal to minus 4. So you got already the value for c, and now you have to find the rest of the values. What is the next step? Put x is equal to minus 3. So both these terms get cancelled. Okay, so put x is equal to 3. Do it very slowly so that you don't make any mistakes. If you are in a hurry, any positive or negative sign can completely change your problem. Okay, so now I'm going to do here 5 into 3 square, 5 into 9, 45. Minus 2 into 3 is minus 6, minus 19, and here which all terms are 0? These term is 0, these term is 0. So a into x square minus x minus 1 3 minus 2 the whole square is 4a. So I'm going to fit 45 minus 25 is 20. 20 is equal to 4a. So a's value is 5. And one more thing is that you have to find now the value for c. So again you can use trial and error, put x equal to. So now we are going to equate to coefficients. For that, solve down this equation, then you can easily find the coefficients. Okay, so now I'm going to write a into x minus 1 the whole square is x square minus 2x plus 1 plus b into x square minus x minus 3x minus 1 x square minus x square minus 1 plus 3 is plus 2x minus 3 plus cx plus 3c. Okay, write it very carefully. Any mistake can completely change your problem. That's why I was taking it again. So ax square minus 2ax, okay, plus a plus bx square. Check it again. X square minus 1 plus 3 is 2x then minus 1 into 3 minus 3. Okay, so bx square plus 2bx minus 3b plus cx plus 3c, cx plus 3c. Okay, so I'm going to now equate to the constant term. So what is the constant term over here? Minus 9e. So take all the coefficients which are constants over here. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. So a minus 3b, not this one too. So plus 3c. So you can equate the you can put the rest of the values. You know already that value of c is minus 4. So 3 into minus 4 here. And what is the value of a? A's value is already known, 5. 5 minus 3b. So 5 minus 12 minus 3b. Here it is minus 19, right? So 5 minus 12 is minus 7. Minus 7 minus 3b. Here minus 19. So when it goes to this side, it becomes minus 12. Minus 12 is equal to minus 3b and value of b is 4. I hope it's very much easy. If you don't want to take this value, you can take the rest of the values. You can take with cx it was, right? Cx. You can take the value with the coefficient of x and you can equate the same. Same results you will be getting. So this is how you find partial fraction for repeated linear factors. So let me write the final answer for it. So what was the value of a? 5 by x plus 3. And what is the value of b? B's value was 4 by x minus 1. And what is the value of c? C's value is minus 4 by x minus 1 the whole square. So that's all for the video on repeated linear factors. On my next video, I'll be covering upon quadratic factors, partial fractions for quadratic factors. Okay, so see you over there. Bye bye.